there, lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of We the Panel, a Terrace House Podcast. This week's episode, we're on Season 2, Episode 25, titled Kiss, Kiss, Kiss. But before we hop into it, let me introduce you to my lovely co-hosts and this week's panel. Our resident TikToker, Cheska Camille. How you doing?
Hi. I'm still thinking about High School Musical and all of their soundtracks.
Nice.
So, going great.
Nice. I rate it. Up next, we have our sensational Silver Fox, Jason for Jiggles. What's poppin', buddy?
The poppin' is all right, my friend. I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of mellow right now based on what we watched in this episode, but we'll discuss further on. But hope everyone's doing good today.
Yeah, most deaf. And last, but certainly not least, our Terrace House analyst and sound editor, Mr. James. How you doing, man?
Hello, I'm doing good, man. It's been a day for me so far. I spent last night doing a lot of editing. And I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good today. So I have a feeling this is gonna be a really good episode. Nice. But Tim, how are you doing today?
Me, not too bad. Great week. Wrapping up 2020 on that vacay mindset and, starting off the vacation strong with a nice podcast recording. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So as Tim said, we are going to be recapping Terrace House Boys and Girls Next Door, episode 25, titled Kiss, Kiss, Kiss. But before we get into that, this is your reminder to let you know that We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast, can be found on all podcasting platforms. That means it's on places like Spotify, like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. If you just search up We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast, and you see a brown background with a gray house, that's us. Other announcements. So by the time that this comes out, that would mean that on our podcasting platforms, so as I said, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that kind of stuff, we just recently released, probably a couple days ago by now, our commentary track / listen along to the very first High School Musical movie. And it was a really good time. Jay's never seen it before. It was really funny.
It was a great time.
We had a lot of comments on a lot of the stuff that happens in High School Musical. But yeah, so if you're into that and if you just want to watch a movie with us and if you just want to watch a movie with us, that's a way to do it. Other announcements, just letting you know that we will be taking a break after this episode for basically just the Christmas break, Christmas, New Year's, and in January we will be back stronger and better than ever. So, getting back to Terrace House. The episode starts, as it always does, with you and Tori-chan talking about what happened last episode. So what happened? Daiki won his match, and he finally confessed his feelings to Hana. So then the episode actually starts with Hana saying that she finally saw Daiki's true self during his match, and it completely changed her feelings. And now she says that she really likes him too. And then they hug and kiss. So we have a new couple in the house. First couple in Terrace House history. So back at the house, everyone's kind of waiting for Daiki and Hana, and they arrive and announce that they're together. And the rest of them really had this funny reaction into which they were like, "Hey, we're all gonna sleep downstairs tonight. You guys take the beds. Do whatever you need to do in the beds. It's fine with us." And so they go to bed, and as soon as they leave, Tae-chan, being the slight Debbie Downer that he is, brings up how Daiki said that he was gonna leave, and he thought that maybe Hana was gonna leave as well. And then the intro song hits. So, my question for you guys for this little intro scene here is, what do you guys think about the new couple? I know last episode we were all thinking that he was going to get rejected. So, now that we are wrong, what do you think about Daiki and Hana?
I want to hear Cheska first.
Yeah, me too. I'm very curious about what
wanna hear
Cheska's gonna
what
say.
Cheska
Feeling.
Yeah, what's in your mind right now, Cheska? Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mhm.
um, wait, James, are you gonna talk about her friend? Or
Oh,
should I-
definitely. Oh, definitely.
Should I hold it off?
Yeah,
until then?
Hold off on that. But
I'll
just
hold it
your
off. Okay.
just your immediate reactions. Like think back to like when we were watching this episode. Like, what did you think when Hana actually said yes?
Okay, well, I was muted the whole entire time and I was studying because I have a final. But
Nice.
once I saw that she confessed her feelings towards him, I unmuted my mic and said, I'm pissed, and then muted my mic. I still don't think he deserves her. She deserves so much better. And I'll leave it at that. I'll talk more
No.
about it with a friend.
Congratulations, Daika. Daika?
Ha-
Daika?
Haiku. Did we agree on Haiku? I thought we agreed on
Congratulations,
Haiku.
Haiki.
High key.
For the ship has sailed now, and it is in smooth sailing. Daiki is 2 for 2, as he says. And
No.
completely surprised me based on how Hana was. But it felt like Hana was just like playing her cards right, doing a poker face, you know?
Mm.
It was nice. It was very cute. And I do miss that in Terrace House. So congratulations. Even though I was like not about it, I wanted the ship to sink real deep. But hey, you win some and you lose some. And for Daiki, he won both. I guess that's cool.
Tim, any thoughts?
I think they look happy together. I think, their happiness above all else. I'm happy that they're happy.
There's a
No,
butt
I think-
coming.
I like the way that Hana kind of told Daiki that she liked him back by first saying, "Oh, well," I think it was Hana who said like, "Oh, it looks like you're 2 for 2." Because Daiki's like, "Oh, like I had this match, and then I have Confessing to You, which is another match." Ugh. But sorry, I find that so corny. But then like yeah, the way Hana just like played into it is like, "Oh yeah, I guess you're 2 for 2 today." And he's like, "Wait, what? I'm 2 for 2?" And she's like, "Yeah, I really like you." And then it's kind of a cute scene. Huh. I'm happy they're happy.
I feel like he's gonna
Wow.
break her heart in the future. I'm just saying. I feel like he might.
But they're happy now.
Well, that's now. What
know.
happens later in the future? He might break her heart. Who knows?
Well, we'll get there, and he might not, and he might make her very happy, Cheska.
Oh no, because I can't forgive. I can't forgive what he did. You know, and the fact that just because he confessed that he likes her, now she's gonna be like, okay, let's start dating. Like, I would be so reserved after that.
But they kissed.
But they kissed. And they're so cute. They're so kawaii.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it wasn't even like aggressive. It was just like, like a little peck.
Can I kiss you? Hey.
And he asked for consent, even better.
Yeah, can I hug you? He said, "Can I hug you?" And
No, oh yeah, for sure. The consent, good. It's good. But the fact that, as I said before, he had to like 2 girls at the same time, and then that just it's like
the
trust.
heart wants what the heart wants.
It's trust, you know.
Maybe he was in his head.
Forgive anyone
you know?
for liking another girl.
No, I get you, Cheska. I understand that. I think, because he won the fight, it probably made her decision, Hana's decision, even more easier. Or just more attractive. It's like, wow, that potential guy is a fighter, a champion. Ooh.
Oh, question.
Ooh.
Question. If Daiki lost the fight, do you think he would have lost? He would have been 0 for 2.
0 for 2.
if that happened, then I would have saw Hana in a different light, and I wouldn't have liked her.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because now it's like, wow, just because of a fight, now you're just gonna say no.
Yeah, she doesn't want to date a loser.
Yeah, that's kind of like showing her character.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what it was? She's like, before the fight, oh no.
What did she mean
Then
by
after the fight, I made my decision.
Well, that's why I'm like, why do you? That's why I'm like kind of pissed off about it. It's like, why are you basing off your decision on a fight?
I feel okay. I
Maybe
feel
it's
like
not the
we're.
results.
I feel like we're reading this wrong. Like,
yeah, you're right. You're
like,
right.
I feel like regardless, because okay, so the way that she said it was like, yeah, like before, like on the dates, like she said that she didn't really see the true him, right? But
Mhm.
she said seeing him fight and like actually be in the ring and like be like super committed to like the work that he's doing is what changed, is what like basically like reassured her. And it wasn't that she was gonna make her decision based off of the fight. I think it was just the fact that like she saw him in his like
Element.
workspace, like his like
Yep.
the big thing that he was looking
Mhm.
forward to for his career is what kind of like showed her that like, yeah, okay, this is the guy that I want to be with. So I feel like even if he lost, just the fact that he was doing it and the fact that he put in so much work towards it is what like gave her that like extra oomph.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to, gaslight it.
Oh my god.
It's the fact that Daiki really like showed his hard work and his ambition. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty attractive too. Like no, I'd get the go ahead. I think win or lose, I think she was probably gonna say, "Wow, my boyfriend."
I could just tell that Cheska's so like salty under her breath. She's
It's because like that's trust. Like I wouldn't trust anyone that would like say, "Hey, I like two girls. I won't lie about that," which is fine. Like tell me the truth. But the fact that it's like you're liking two girls, let me decide kind of thing is like
while
kinda
he was
tr-
single.
Yeah,
While he
still
was
like they
single.
weren't in a relationship. You can like as many people as you want if you're not in a
Mhm.
relationship. Like if you're in
Facts.
a relationship and you like someone else at the same time, that's what it's kind of like whoa. But
Facts.
he was single, so
Facts.
it's like.
I mean, I'll see. We'll see how this relationship goes. But I'm like, it's not doing too well for me.
I don't know, but it's like okay, like I don't have experience in this, but like, don't you talk to multiple people at once when you're on Tinder? Like, isn't it the same type of thing?
But you don't. A lot of those people don't show interest at all. Like they just.
But okay, but like hypothetically,
Mhm.
let's say there are like three guys that you matched with on Tinder,
Mhm.
and you guys are like all talking. All of the
Mhm.
guys know that you're talking to multiple people at the same time because that's
Mhm.
the app, right? And
Mhm.
it's the same thing the other way. So wouldn't you
Mm.
think of it the same way with Daiki? Like Daiki was just kind of like he said that like he liked two girls, but I feel like it was more like he had a lot of interest in these two girls, but at the same time he's still single. He's still like a bachelor, like just trying to like do whatever he thinks is right. So the fact that he wasn't actually committed to a relationship at the time,
Mhm.
I feel like makes it like tolerable. Like I understand what you say, like liking two girls at the same time is just kind of like whoa, but at the same time it's tolerable because he was single.
Where was this a few weeks ago when you guys were like trashing on Daiki too?
I never trashed on Daiki.
I wanted the
I've
ship
been
to
on
fail.
Daiki.
I
bro.
wanted the
I've
ship
been-
to fail, but after seeing that, okay. But I do
So the
understand.
fight changed
I
your
do get
mind
it.
too.
I do get, because I saw him fight, and it's like, wow, he's so
Cool.
amazing. No, but for real though, I still don't think it's gonna last. Like,
I barely remember yesterday, let alone weeks
oh my
ago.
god.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's been a lot recently in work and stuff. But yeah, wait, no, I remember saying something about no, I think it was like their dinner date at like the seafood place. No, never mind. Lost it. All right, let's move forward.
Okay.
Okay, overall, like, good for them for being in a relationship, but I'm gonna, like, I have my suspicions on how long and how well is this relationship gonna go.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're happy that it happened, and we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens in season 3. But anyways, if we're good to move on, we will move on to the next morning, where Daiki goes to the gym to show off his belt to his coach, and he tells his coach that it went well with Hana, and the coach replies saying that the real work starts now. And we flip over to Hana, going on a little date with her best friend, and she tells her that she's dating Daiki, and her friend does not react well. And she says that, like, she doesn't have a positive impression of him. But like, the only thing is, like, I'm pretty sure Hana said that it's because it's what you've seen on TV so far. And her friend was like, yeah, okay, well, I still don't like him, but like, I hope I can see more of his good side on TV. Then we move back to the house, where Sena notices that Oji is drawing, and Oji is like, hey, you want to go out to eat? Like, very, very casually. And Sena was completely caught off guard. She was like, oh my gosh, what? And then Oji was like, hey, yeah, it's like, I want to go out to eat with you, and I have something to ask you as well. So then we move on to Taechan and Momo, who are also going out on a little friendly date. And they kind of talk about how Momo's leaving, and she's kind of curious about who's going to be in the house after she leaves. And she said that, like, she wants to be the person that Taechan goes to instead of Shota. Which I was like, damn, that means no more Shota on the show. But it's okay. It's okay. Because then we move on to Hana in the girls' room, applying to Jelly magazine, where Daiki shows up and says that he wants to talk outside. And when they go outside, they have this little conversation about how Hana's friends don't really like him because of how he's portrayed on TV. And right after she says that, it cuts back to the house, where all the other housemates are in the kitchen talking about how, like, Hana's been acting kind of different now, how she's like, she's trying to look more like cute and stuff, and she's more like chipper, and how, like, they'll be happy, or they think that the two of them are going to be happy because of the increased time that they're actually spending together. But as they say that, it cuts back to Hana and Daiki, where Daiki tells her that he was planning on leaving because he was expecting to be rejected. But now that they're together and they both have very busy schedules, Daiki says that he wants to stick in the house a little while longer, which is great. And we go back to the house, where we see this little funny scene of Sena showing Taechan a bottle of tequila. And I really thought that this is going to be the scene where we finally see Taechan take, like, a shot or take, like, a drink of some alcohol. But it doesn't happen, and instead the couple comes home, and Daiki announces that he's staying. And Taechan and Sena, of course, are very happy, and they joke about them making babies in the house. And yeah, but overall, it's a great time. It cuts over to you and Tori-chan talking about how it's going to be with a couple being in the house. And they talk about how, like, couples typically, like, sleep in the same bed together, but they can't really do that in the house because, boys and girls, and how they would probably have to get, like, a hotel to actually sleep together. But on a little side note, they talk about, like, the whole scene with Oji and how, like, crazily confident this guy, like, suddenly has been, like, and how forward he's been. And speaking of Oji, we go to the bar where Sena and Oji hang out. And Oji asks Sena if she's still into Masato. And since Makun isn't back yet, Oji asks Sena out. And Sena's like, oh my gosh, no, you've got to be joking. And she keeps insinuating that she wants to be friends. But Oji really wants to be her boyfriend. Where, like, straight up Sena was like, okay, if I asked you to be my boyfriend, would you say yes? And Oji was like, yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Obs, come on.
Okay. Now, before we talk about this, because I have a question about this. But before we get onto that, I do know that Cheska wanted to talk about Hana's friend and everything about that situation a little bit more.
You mean Cheska in disguise?
Yeah. Cheska or Rena in this case. I don't know. But Cheska, talk your talk, bro. Talk your talk.
Yeah.
I mean, she basically said what I've been feeling is like, this is why I'm like kind of pissed about, or okay, sure. Pissed is like such a strong word to say, but like, I was unsettled, I guess, or I don't know.
You're pissed. You're pissed.
It's like, okay, because how Daiki is portrayed on TV is not good. And like, if he's a really good guy, then that's on the producers for like, kind
Not showing
that.
Yeah, not showing it. And obviously, like, it would put her friend, Hana's friend, into like a point of like, I don't trust him yet because I don't see anything positive about him. Right? And like, I understood her point because she was just trying to protect Hana. And like, for me, like, as as the only girl on this panel, I felt like I wanted to protect Hana, and Daiki being in that relationship now feels like we're not really, like, that relationship is like, I don't trust it. Right? So like the first part of how I said it was like, yeah, I'm showing my initial feelings of like how pissed I was because of that. But with Hana and her friend talking, it explains why I was like pissed off about Hana.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's start dating.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're a concerned friend with a bad impression of Daiki.
Yeah, it's like it's all about protecting Hana. I know this relationship was in like 2013, and I don't even know if they're still dating or not. But
let's
like,
Google it. No,
Whoa,
JK. No spoilers.
but yeah, still, it's like I felt like she was a friend to me. How she's being portrayed on TV, and like you see on those comments, like protect this person at all costs. Right? That was me. Protect Hana at all costs. And like, I still don't think Daiki is like a good fit for her right now. But yeah, you guys have any arguments or agreements?
Yeah, I agree with what you said and with Rena, but makes sense. She's the audience. We're the audience too. Only those 6 housemates really know how that guy is in the house, right? And it could be the producer's fault. Maybe they want him to be portrayed like that. Maybe they're like, no, let's not make him look like a really, really good fit for Hana. It could be a lot of variables at this point, right? And yeah, the girls just trying to protect them girl Hana. And I get that, But it's interesting, and I want to see more of Rena because she seems like a voice of the audience. I hope she's part of the panel next week.
I mean, she basically is. Like, if you think about it, she basically is like another panelist because her only experience is watching the show and then talking to Hana, however often she talks to Hana. So yeah, but like I get how you feel. I think I'm also just on a high because like Hana's finally like happy, like this entire season she's basically been sick. So to
with a
finally
broken
see
heart,
her like not sick is like really good to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely see where you're coming from. Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming her friend wants her to like prevent Hana from getting a broken heart.
Of course.
So
yeah. It's just her way of saying, watch out, Hana. I don't know about him, but I'm happy that you're happy that way.
Yeah. It's like, glad you're happy, but keep one eye open just in case.
Keep one eye open.
Okay, well, on to the main fight right here. OG.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Oh,
I really
Yes,
wanna
my
hear-
prince.
I really want to hear all of y'all thoughts on OG. So, just as we said, OG is really into Sena. He's really pushing it. But we do know that Sena is waiting for a certain surfer boy who's in California right now, but asked her to wait. So, like, yeah, what's the over under on OG dating Sena here? Like, does he really stand a chance?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does. Definitely. He's got a chance, hands down, I think.
And why is that?
Really?
Oh, Tim, name some qualities about OG that you think are quite admirable. That you think. Sena
Well,
might be-
he draws.
Oh.
He draws anime. Yeah, the sketch he was drawing earlier was from One Piece. Shout outs to
One.
that.
Ooh. Name another one. Let's go. Let's go.
right. Two, he's a good looking dude. I mean, like,
Mhm.
and like three, I think. Well, I mean, he got like the amount of content that he gave us in like that interaction with Sena could have been stretched out to like 5 episodes if it was any other person from the house. But OG was just like, nah, like, yeah, we should go out and get a drink. Let's go out and get a drink. I also have something to tell you. Next scene, like, oh yeah, like, I like you, straight up. Like, I want to do something about it. Like, what do you think? And then, yeah, it was just back to back, up front, not around beating around the bush, confident, right? He didn't need to like role play in the room how to ask out Sena. Like, yeah, he's just a good guy. I definitely think he's got a chance because Sena didn't outright say no. She had to think, or maybe it was also editing. I don't know. Wait, no, she didn't tell him at dinner, right? Because then she doubled back to, or they went back to the house and she told the others, right? So I think OG's got a shot. I think it's a possibility.
Okay. Sorry, Jay, quick question for you. Like, how do you feel about this sudden, like, burst of confidence coming from OG? Like, like this guy is such a, like, soft-spoken, give my one line to make the episode. Like, he's that kind of guy. And all of a sudden, he's just like, boom, 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 boom. Like, let's go out. I like you. Here's some sake. Let's do something about it. Like, how do you feel about like this sudden burst of confidence?
I don't know about a sudden burst of confidence, James. I think he's always had it in him.
I
He
agree.
just never really,
Sudden burst of screen time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally, there's that one scene that they're all in that kitchen. Like, I was questioning you guys. Is he even there? Oh snap, he is there.
He just didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything, right? He was just like a fly in the wall. But I think he's always had this, and he knows what he wants. And the fact that he's like very direct with it, I'm like, I get this guy, man. He's like the oldest at this point in the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a well-established occupation, like a career. He's probably like, boom, he's a pharmacist. Already know what to do with that. You know what else is missing in my life? A really cute girl. Oh, wait a minute. I live in Terrace House. There's a bunch of cute women here. Oh, wait a minute. Sena who? Sena, my next girlfriend. There you go. And he's taking initiative with it. I think he's always had it. Like, he's just shown in the show, like, the way he's shown in the show is he's very, like, passive, quiet, a lot of exposition. If anything, that's his only lines. But yeah, like, I think he has a chance. The cards are not off the table for Sena because she did really think, yeah. And I don't know, if I had a choice between a surfer that has told me to wait, I don't know, a considerable amount of time, between a guy that's, already there and already said, what's up? What's up, boo-boo? This is me who he is, and I'm ready if you're ready. But if you want to take it slow, I could take it slow too. Because he said that line with Sena saying, so what if I go out with you and I just want to say, let's just hang out as good friends. And he's like, if you want it that way at first.
Yeah, that was
I was like, yes, my dude.
gosh.
So yeah, I am on the train, but I am also sad because I thought he was more interested in Momo or my my ship with Momo and OG. I don't think it's there, or it might not be there anymore, just because with circumstances. But yeah, what do you think, Cheska?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? I'm curious.
It was very forward.
Yeah.
I don't think the ship is sailing.
Okay.
I don't think so. Unless Sena has a change of heart. That's only if, but I feel like she still has feelings for
Maken.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Like she does. The thing is, yeah, the distance and the fact that he asked her to wait is I think she might get impatient with it, or I don't know, but I feel like the fit of her and Masato I think it works better than her and OG.
But do you really think that she's gonna wait?
That's the thing. I don't know if she's gonna wait.
Yeah.
So I don't think either ship is happening. But then again, I said that with Hana, and look where we
and
are
here
now.
we are.
And here we are now.
Oh man. Yeah, it's oh man, it's such a weird situation. Cause OG really came out of left field with this one. I too thought that OG and Momo were gonna possibly hit it off, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But when it comes to OG and Sena and I guess Masato, it's just weird because time away does not help in this case with Masato and Sena. I feel like Sena's the type to need to be with her significant other a lot. I'm not saying literally all the time, but I mean more than just more than how Masato is, and even just the way that he was when he was in the house, it didn't seem it didn't seem like anything couple-y, and just the fact that he isn't there, and Hana basically has this feeling of uncertainty because of him not being there, and we also haven't really heard anything from him since in terms of him messaging anyone or getting any updates on him. We haven't gotten anything about that, so I really don't know what's gonna happen. But at the same time, can OG swoop in and steal Sena? I don't know. Because I don't know, I see the fit with OG and Sena because physically they're both tall. Sena is very good at talking to people when spoken to, whereas OG is so soft spoken, so it's that kind of balances, they balance each other out in that way. But I just never saw it until this point, so I'm just I don't know, I'm thrown for a loop over here.
Now here's a question: does Sena like opposites attract or similarities? Because if she's into opposites attract, then obviously she would go with OG. But if she likes similar personalities, then I would say that she would go for Masato. The only thing is she willing to wait for him?
Who knows, guys? Remember when the actual guy was in the house? We're like, him and her? No way.
No, I called it.
Or was there some kind of tension? I
remembered our first episode. I expected them to try to make it work, and that's where we are right now. I still feel like it could work if Masato either moves back to Japan or if Sena is willing to wait a little longer. But we don't know.
That's true.
That's very true.
What do you guys think? We'll be very interested in this because, yeah, this is a whole new player in the field. The prince is in the house, more evident now. I'm just happy we're getting more screen time with the guy. Like,
Yes.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure. But speaking of screen time, this guy's, even if he's not on the screen, he's still on the screen because at the house, Sena tells the girls about OG and how she's never seen him act like that before. But at the same time, as we said, she's still waiting for Masato. But she also said that she still has feelings that need to be clarified. What that means, I have no idea. But anyways, moving on to the next day where we see Momo's going away party, but also like Daiki's celebratory party. So mixed feelings here. But Momo finds out that Daiki is staying, which is really great. And I guess after the party, the OG3, Taechan, Sena, and Momo have a little talk in the living room. And Taechan jokes around about him and Sena leaving. He's like, okay, so now that Momo's going, when are we gonna leave? And Sena just down the hatchet.
Yeah.
But the big part about this scene is that Momo said that she is going to finally convey her feelings before she leaves the house. What does that mean? She's finally gonna go say something to OG. So Momo goes over to the boys' room and OG's there by himself, so she goes and confesses her feelings to him. But it was in a way that was more kind of like, I'm so glad that I was able to live with you, little heart. And yeah, they hug. Momo kisses him on the cheek, and it was a, for something that was so short-lived, it was a very satisfying moment. But the final scene of the season is that next morning where Momo says her last words, gives her last hugs, and leaves Terrace House. It cuts over to you and Tori-chan talking about the craziness of OG and how Tori-chan doesn't think that they would date because of Makun. But they are really looking forward to the next season of Terrace House. And as they say that, boom, the episode ends. So, since it is the season finale of Terrace House Season 2, plus the fact that we are going to be going on our holiday break, I wanted to take this time to just kind of go over like everyone's overall thoughts on the season. So to take a small trip down memory lane, this season starts, the first season ended with, Rie and Masato leaving. The first episode starts with a new girl showing up, but also Shota leaving to go to grad school, which, as we find out, doesn't really pan out. But Shota's also getting married, so congrats to that guy. We meet Hana for the first time. She's a gyaru model. We meet Daiki for the first time, into which they basically take up the main storyline of this entire season. It was all about the relationship between Daiki and Hana. A little mix of Taechan in there, a little sprinkle in there, but for the most part, it was Daiki and Hana. And yeah, just the whole thing about Daiki liking two girls. We get to see Taechan make his acting debut. Kind of
yeah.
ish, I guess, uncredited, I think, but he did something with Tori-chan, which was really cool. We get to see Sena with Glitter Magazine actually doing some really good magazine work. We get to see we get to see the non-conclusion of Masato and Sena, where he goes to California but tells her to wait for him. What else happened? We meet OG for the first time, and we see that Momo's into him, but it seems like that storyline's basically cleared up. And that was, for the most part, that was basically all of season 2. So yeah, like overall thoughts on the season. What do you guys think? Favorite parts, least favorite parts? What do you guys think of the new members? Just whatever's on your mind.
Man, this season's good.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good
Yeah.
Terrace House. This is for the like, you know, the little like subpar like over the top drama that, you know, the series will eventually come to, because this is the first season. This is quite like, it's pretty up there in terms of like other Terrace House like series. Like, this kept me engaged, not just because we're actually doing a podcast about it, but like even if I was just watching it itself, I would probably binge watched it really harder, like compared to the other seasons, because this is like every episode is just like, oh, I want more, compared to some other seasons where it's just like, okay, I guess this is happening. There's another episode. Like, okay, cool. So yeah, great season. I like how they split it up into a point where it's like, oh, the fight is like the main event. That was really cool. And yeah, that was like the climax of this, like the season. It was I liked it. It was good. Can't wait for season 3.
Oh, really amped up this season, and that's what I was lacking in season 1. And I mean, as someone who doesn't really know anything about Japanese reality TV and has experienced or has watched American and Canadian reality TV, like this season kind of like got me more drawn into Terrace House as it did before. Yeah, my favorite parts were, I think, just Hana in general. Throughout this whole entire season, she literally made the season for me. And she gave us a lot of good content, even though she was sick for the majority of it. she gave us quality content. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in season 3. I'm curious to know when Taechan and Sena say like it's time to go, it's time for me to leave. I'm curious to know when that will happen. Yeah.
It'll be a sad day when that happens.
Teachan will leave and he'll get a girlfriend, which is never ruined the whole series. I think so.
Oh no.
Oh man. There's just so much this season. How do I pinpoint my favorite part?
You sound so sentimental.
I know, it's just a season.
It was a journey, okay? I think my favorite part had to be the dinner between Daiki and Hana, because of how all of us were like really passionate that episode, and how we got into talking about who's playing chess, who's playing checkers, who snaked who. Like, was it okay for Sena to just out Daiki like that? And like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, I think that by far is my favorite because of like our dynamic as well and how that plays into it. Just because that was just great to watch and great to talk about. I think that's my favorite highlight.
Yeah, so for me, I found it really cool that we got to see like the overall like storyline with like Daiki and Hana, and how like everything did lead up to the fight, but at the same time like Daiki's fight wasn't only the actual fight, but it was really just like this relationship between him and Hana, with that little, you know, sprinkle of Taechan in there. But overall as a season, like it was really cool because we got to meet and like really get to know all of the other people in the house. Like season 1 was so Taechan forward, and now that it's not Taechan forward, we really got to like meet all the other characters. And speaking of Taechan, I feel like as much as we kind of like ragged on him in certain parts of this season, I feel like this season has made Taechan more tolerable, in the sense that he doesn't have to be forward all the time. As much as like people love him, and like people on Reddit love this guy, but I like, it's really cool because he's taking a step back, but we're also still seeing him just as a person in the house and someone that is growing, you know, like, yeah, it's like he, it's so hard to say because he's still like, when he's like so forward, like we kind of get not pissed off, but we kind of get like irritated because just like we've seen it already. But him as a person has like really grown, you know?
Like, yeah, I enjoyed watching Taechan being on screen. I feel like him being in Terrace House is like can only do so much for his character growth. So I feel like he should end up leaving pretty much maybe midway through next season or maybe after next season so he can get more character growth. And this is just like a personality thing for him and like just for him and his personal relationships. I feel like he can grow more outside of Terrace House. But yeah, that's me.
Much as he is getting on my nerves, but it's I think he's the most realist person in the house. We are seeing a man grow up in our eyes, and like, sure, even the producers can choose which scenes what to put on, but the man is like literally, I think I need him in the house more than anyone else, because it's like this like the development, like I hope there's like a payoff in the end when we like watching this, like you see the man like become a boy into a man. That'd be like the greatest payoff in this show. So maybe that's why I want him to like, I hope he really stays. He does stay like for the whole like time.
For
and
the
you can
long
see
haul.
from like, yeah, for the long haul. So you can see him from like the first episode to like the last episode. Like, this man is a Chad. This guy's the GOAT. And I'm so happy I got to see him grow through his pain and trials and tribulations. So like, even though I rag on the dude, it's like tough love, because I know, like, I hope he's like he's gonna get out of this. I hope, like, in a good way. Yeah.
Tim, when we were talking a little earlier, you did mention like Taechan in that growing state. Did you want to?
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, just seeing Taechan grow is like seeing I don't know, like an awkward teenager grow, like from learning how to like talk to girls to like, interactions with like new people and how to hold a conversation. I feel like a reason why like sometimes we don't like to see like, or not don't like to see, but we're like, Taechan, what are you saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like those moments, right? I feel really resonate with us because, or I mean, well, I'll speak personally, really resonate with me just because like I think back to moments like when I was young, I'm like, well, yeah, why couldn't I just like order a pizza without having anxiety about talking to somebody I don't know? You know what I mean? Like, it's those little things. It's like, maybe he was really awkward with OG when he first came into the house because, wow, this is a really like handsome dude coming into the house. Like, what do I say? First thing he blurts out, hey, yeah, so you're into girls, right? Like,
oh yeah. He's really pretty. You like girls, right?
Yeah. It's okay if you don't. Are you into guys? Because you're really cute. like, yeah. It's just all the growth pains that come with actually growing as a person. You see with Taechan.
For sure. One little like last point I wanted to make was like, just in general, I feel like even with new members that came like just in this season, it feels like the house is a lot more like comfortable, you know?
Mhm.
Like everyone seems to be like very comfortable in where they are. And I feel like we could really like say the same thing about us, you know? Like I feel like we've grown pretty comfortable with like doing this, and not to be like super meta or anything, but like, like when we first started this, like we went into this with zero podcasting experience. It started out with me and Jay just kind of texting back and forth about the latest Terrace House season and bringing you guys in, having no expectations. To now, like it seems like, or at least when we're watching together, like you guys seem like super into it as well. And like Tim is super into Taechan, and he's not afraid to like speak his mind. Cheska's really like bringing up like her point of view as someone that, you know, is a girl and brings in like different things that like I wouldn't think of, or Tim wouldn't think of, or Jay wouldn't think of. And yeah, just overall, I feel like everything's starting to mesh together in the house, which is kind of crazy because people are leaving, but I feel like that kind of like chemistry is just gonna like build and build and build, in the same way that our podcast is just gonna build and build and build. So yeah, it's really cool how things are changing, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in season 3 with the show, and I guess with us too. It should be really fun.
Wow, so sentimental of you.
A lie, bro. That's wild.
Wrapping up 20.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit, baby. We gonna see everything. Let's go. Growth and team chemistry.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, any last questions, comments, concerns, front flips, back flips from y'all before we end the episode?
Tim, do a front flip right now.
Oh yeah, you're funny. Maybe in 2021. That's my New
Ooh.
Year's resolution.
Wow.
2021. Let's hope it's better than this year.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Quick thing. Do you think the episode was called Kiss, Kiss, Kiss? Because there was 3 definitive kisses in the show.
I was
Or the
about to
episode?
say, I wanted to bring that up.
Were there
Yeah.
there was Daiki and Hana.
At the fight, the little mwah,
Yeah.
there was the goodbye kiss at the door. Mwah, and then
Oh, I
And
forgot
Momo
about
is
that
OG
one.
there?
yeah, and
I
then
forgot
Momo
about
and
that.
OG hit the beep.
I really forgot about that one.
I didn't notice that.
Ah.
The kisses kind of, closed off like, phases in that, like acts in the episode, First kiss
Yeah.
was a solidification of like, oh, do you like each other? The second kiss is like, oh, they did the deed. Not playing.
Well, I mean, one did
second kiss
sleep
was like,
downstairs.
yeah. The second kiss is like, okay, this is it. Like, they're gonna make it work. And the last kiss is like a goodbye of something that could have happened, or if anything, something that she wanted to finish. For in Momo's side, which is like, oh, that's poetic in a sense. Or I'm just thinking too hard. Other than that, kiss, kiss, kiss.
Honestly, yo, good job, Terrace House.
Yeah.
Y'all come up with some creative titles that throw us off, and or some of them are just kind of straightforward like that. But yeah, now that the episode is over, before we go, we do have a bunch of socials that we gotta tell you guys about. So I guess I will start with Tim.
What?
my
You
favorite.
never
Tim.
say my full name.
Yeah, I don't think in the years that I've known, I don't think I've ever said your entire first name. But anyways, Tim, where can we find you on the interwebs?
To all our lovely listeners and watchers, you guys can find me on my Instagram. It's just my name, Timothy Satiati, that you see like right there. It's also going to be down below in the description, as well as my YouTube. Yeah, it's also my name. Just one video up, but yeah, you can find me there.
Yes, new videos in 2021.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But moving on to our resident TikToker, Cheska, where can we find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Cheska Camille _, and I hope everyone has a great holiday break, but stay at home during this holiday break.
All right, and our silver-haired fox, Jason, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at twitch.tv/furjiggles, where I stream video
Keep going.
and play
Yeah.
music and sometimes do arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. I like arts and
Yeah.
The ultimate variety show.
Really what I feel like doing on that day or whatever the stream is. But yeah, come check me out and watch. Other than that, yeah, this has been great. I guess this would have been like our Christmas episode, I guess, because this is like, we're
Yeah.
taking a break,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish everyone to have a great and safe, happy holidays. Enjoy with your family and loved ones. Yeah, see you guys next season.
next season. Happy holidays, y'all.
But how can we reach you, James? Oh wait, did we say that already?
No, you didn't say
No.
Yeah, not yet.
I'm sorry. I am dumb right now. James, how can we find you on the internet?
Oh well, you can find me on all of my socials, which will be down below. My own personal YouTube channel, which will also be down below. But more importantly, this is your reminder to like our video, to subscribe to We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast on YouTube.
Oh,
Comment
yeah.
whatever you like. We would love to talk to you guys about basically anything, whether it's about the episode, whether it's about us, any of it. We're down to talk. We are also, We the Panel, a Terrace House podcast, is also available on all podcasting platforms. That means it's on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all of those other ones.
Oh yeah.
So you can follow us there. You could give us 5 stars. You could subscribe to whatever. I don't really know how podcasting works. Hello, but yeah, you can show
We'll
your
figure it
love.
out.
Yeah, you can show your love through there. And as I said earlier, this past Saturday, which is really funny because we're filming on a Saturday, but this past Saturday we did release our commentary track, Listen Along to the very first High School Musical, where Jay got to watch it for the very first time.
Yeah, we did.
Oh
And
yeah.
we talked about a lot of things throughout that movie, and yeah, it was a really good time. So put on your Disney Plus, play the movie while we play it, and it'll be a fun time. It's like we're sitting there with you watching the movie together. And another announcement, later this week, I'm hopefully aiming for, like, let's say Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna hope that I can get it done by Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, Cheska, and Tim will be having a ranking of all 3 High School Musical movies. So
Oh,
how's that
yeah.
gonna work? We're gonna throw all the High School Musical movies into different categories, whether it be their music, their acting, the plot, stuff like that. And we're basically gonna rank them from best to worst. And from there, we will figure out which High School Musical is the best, which High School Musical is decent, and which High School Musical is the worst. So stay in touch with our YouTube channel for that. Stay in touch with our podcasting platforms for that. And yeah, that is it. It has been a pleasure. From myself, Jason, Cheska, and Tim from We the Panel, we want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's, but overall, just please stay safe, and we will see you guys later. Bye!
Bye. Sleep warm, guys.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you, Mama.